Hello, this is Jaja, and today I want to tell you about the most remarkable dog I ever had. And I must say I had many dogs because I cannot live without a dog. I came to the conclusion it's easier to live without a man than without a dog because they're much more faithful.
I have seen this dog, Jaja, and he is a frightening sight. He must stand a good solid 4 inches high, I would say, wouldn't you?
He is 2.5 pounds, and believe it or not...
2.5 pounds?
Yes, he's a Yorkshire Terrier. Most intelligent dog ever lived. He's a Yorkshire Terrier. He's 2.5 pounds, and he's 2 years old. I had his mother, Susie, who flew in 4 years ago from London. On her own, if you please. She was even smaller than Magoo. But anyhow, Susie one day eloped with my sister Ava's dog called Sonny Boy, who is also Yorkshire, in Bel Air. And they marched up the hill very happily. And I don't know if it was 6 weeks later or 7 weeks later, sure enough, Susie was expecting a baby. I didn't like Mr. Magoo at all because he looked like a little black rat, and I wasn't even sure this is Sonny Boy's son. Anyhow, we tolerated in the household the little black rat because Susie made such a fuss over him and kept adoring him. Well, first of all, we call him Mr. Magoo because he didn't open his eyes like all other normal little puppies in 9 days, but it took him 2 weeks to open his eyes. And you know that wonderful cartoon, Mr. Magoo. So we called him Mr. Magoo. Well, sure enough, in about 3 or 4 months, Mr. Magoo became the fuzziest and the cutest little puppy ever lived. He was so tiny you could hardly see him, but he was always carrying a shoe around, so you always saw a shoe arriving and something little tiny behind it carrying it.
Well, let's take a few seconds out now, Jaja, and then get back on this topic.
Just adjust by exquisite form, the only bra in the world that adjusts to fit just you. Just adjust the magic tab you see, and just adjust fits perfectly.
Until now, no bra promised perfect fit in front where you really need it. Now, exquisite forms adjust to fit in front, adjust to fit just you. Just pull the magic tab up or down to get more or less fullness, more or less separation. Get Just Adjust in a family of styles: bandeau, long line, A, B, C, and D cup, and black as well as white. Just Adjust by Exquisite Form from $2.95.
Well, he's a pretty frightening spectacle, I imagine, to a burglar. How is he as a watchdog?
You won't believe it. This is the most ferocious little watchdog you ever saw. I took him this year with me to Naples, where I was filming a picture. Well, anyhow, he looks out of every car window and attacks all those horses. Your Naples are full with this horse and buggies. Then one day I had to shoot a scene. It was about silent motion picture making with a live leopard. And the leopard was tame. Even though I was petrified of the leopard, I had to have him on a chain, on a tame, but still his man was behind him with a stick. And I mean, I don't trust the leopard. I know that he can change his spots. But dear little Mr. Magoo arrived with my secretary, and as I said before, Mr. Magoo looks like a walking toupee, you know. Long hair. He looked at that leopard, and he started to bark the whole set. Everybody got petrified that he's going to get the leopard mad, and we had to whisk him away. He was ready to fight.
He's so small, though. I imagine you can travel just about anywhere and nobody knows he's there.
Oh, you don't know how I travel with him. I smuggle him on all the aeroplanes. I have a TWA bag, which I occasionally change because if they spot him, then I put him in another bag so they don't know, and I just zip Magoo in it. And when the plane takes off, they won't make a forced landing for Magoo. So I just unzip him. Well, I usually carry him in my mink coat when I go to a movie, and they sometimes think I'm Jane Mansfield.
Yeah, I see.
Well, now that you know a little bit about Mr. Magoo, I wish I could talk about him once more because he has so many stories attached to him. Goodbye, and I'll see you soon. This was Gabor.
Now here's a tip on figure glamour. When you're shopping for exquisite form bras, ask for the new high-waisted girdle by Silfskin. Silfskin's high waist, only $7.50, with unique no-roll top for all-day comfort. And listen to Jaja tomorrow.
Hello, this is Jaja, and I would like to talk to you today about fashions. You know, it's quite a problem to always be fashionable and up to date.
Yeah, but you women are all the same, Jaja. You say you're always dressing for men, but it seems to me that women always dress basically for women. Isn't that true?
Well, it's better to make a woman jealous than just catch a man's eye, because if you're a pretty woman, man will anyhow look at you, but to get the approval or a jealous look from a woman, that is really a feather in one's cap.
Ah, I see what you mean. But you know, when I say this is confusing to men...
Well, it's wonderful to confuse men. But the thing is, you see, it's very difficult to really dress for both sexes. Because if you want to dress for a woman, you want to be chic. If you want to dress for a man, you have to look sexy. And if you are chic, you are not sexy. But if you are sexy, you are not chic. So I don't know how one can win the battle.
You have to be half and half, is that the
You
idea?
can't be half and half. You see, I have 3 different wardrobes. I have a wardrobe when I'm in Paris. I have to be very chic and very stylish. I have a wardrobe when I'm in New York. I have to be very chic and very ladylike. And I have a wardrobe from Hollywood, which is specially dressed for men. Because
Which is a Honolulu shirt with pineapple.
it is not Honolulu shirt and pineapple, but it's rather low cut and rather tight dresses. Because naturally, I am an actress, and when I go in a restaurant in Hollywood, I have to have the approval glances of the man, because the man in Hollywood is a director or a producer. And naturally, there's such a great competition in Hollywood, because, oh boy, there's young little starlets who come out who really have to catch the eye of the producer directors. You never saw such skin-tight jersey dresses, and mind you, if they're not low-cut, they're up in turtlenecks, but then you really look like you've had nothing on. So you have to fight that.
Well, let's take a few seconds out now, Jaja, and then get back on this subject.
Just by exquisite form, the only bra in the world that adjusts to fit just you. Just adjust the magic tab, you see, and just fits perfectly.
Until now, no bra promised perfect fit in front where you really need it. Now, Exquisite Forms Just adjust to fit in front, adjust to fit just you. Just pull the magic tab up or down to get more or less fullness, more or less separation. Get Just Adjust in a family of styles: bandeau, long line, A, B, C, and D cup, and black as well as white. Just Adjust by Exquisite Form from $2.95.
What I don't understand, though, is if a woman is obviously supposed to be feminine, yet every time you look in these high-fashion magazines, you see these stick-like models, you know, so thin. Now, is that the way women really want to look?
Most women would like to look like that. As a matter of fact,
Why?
well, I don't want to look like that.
Well, I don't think you can.
That's the trouble. Yes. Well, women like that. If you are so terribly skinny, you look wonderful in any kind of new fashion which comes out.
What would you like to have come back? What fashion would you like to see again?
Well, of course, the fashion I would like to come back would have to change the whole life of a whole way of living too. I like very much this gay 90s costumes and dresses, which I think were the most flattering to women.
You look pretty good in Moulin Rouge.
Wait until you see my new picture, the Blue Contessa. I never had such beautiful clothes in my life.
Same period.
Same period. Great big hats with wonderful colored veils and furs and the most beautiful embroidered gowns. I don't see how a woman could not be beautiful in those clothes. Nowadays it's much tougher to look beautiful in simple little everyday dresses, because after our way of life is such, we run around so much.
Oh, I don't think
so.
you have too much trouble looking beautiful.
Well, thank you for the compliment. That's the first nice thing you said to me today. Goodbye for today. This is Jaja. And remember, a woman without principles draws considerable interest.
Now here's a tip on figure glamour. When you're shopping for Exquisite Form bras, ask for Silkskin's knee-length panty. Slims you so comfortably under slacks, sheaths, pedal pushers. Silkskin's knee-length panty, only $7.50. And listen to Jaja tomorrow.